Have you ever thought of all the violence going on in Auckland? That's just for fun.
Family violence is not okay, and it only takes one person to make that change.
Family violence under any circumstance is never okay, and that it's always okay to ask for help.
Talking can lead you to a better and safer life.
Family violence is not okay, and Mangere College says no to family violence.
We made the decision to join in with the It's Not OK campaign around November 2013. Over a sequence of meetings, it was quite obvious that It's Not OK fitted perfectly. So our Board of Trustees were more than happy to give their approval for this work to be done.
During the course of my career, I have had to deal with a lot of family violence. It's a problem right throughout New Zealand. It's across all sectors and all ethnicities. I have had quite a bit to do with Jude Simpson, who works for the It's Not OK campaign. So Jude and I had been talking about being able to do something at school for quite some time around family violence. So we approached Mangere College to pilot the project, and it just grew from there.
We kind of sat around and thought, how do we start to bring the It's Not OK campaign into school? And every year we take a student leadership camp away. So we had a lot of awareness raising activities, and then Jude Simpson came in and spoke to the kids, and she has a very moving story, but it created a lot of momentum with the kids and a lot of passion.
I have a story like a lot of people, but you know, mine was of being abused as a child by a stepmother, and the effects that had on my life until my mid-30s, and it took me into all sorts of places. Abusive relationships, gangs, prison, children to different dads, all sorts of things, and that all came from being violated as a child and no one asking me if I was okay, no one reaching out, no one speaking up. So I think that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I know personally the effects that can happen if someone doesn't help you if you're being violated. Mangere College was a school that was open to sharing that same message about family violence. So when Mangere College said yes, come into our school, it was the perfect fit for us. So I went along to a camp with some of the students from the college and just sort of laid a really good platform for us to do some work from. We wanted this to be student-driven because it's their school. It was their campaign, their project really. So then we got the students to come in and present their findings from the camp to the staff. When we saw the enthusiasm and excitement from the students, it was enough to look at, okay, we've got to keep this going.
We wanted to use a whole lot of creative media to get the message out there, and somewhere in that whole group discussion, someone said, oh, we should have a colour for our campaign. So then a lot of the artwork and the things that happened were focused around the orange colour. So we used a slogan, the same piece of artwork was on the billboard, it was on T-shirts, and we know that a lot of that merchandise starts to take the message out into the community. And then they kind of threw a big challenge out and said, so how are you teachers going to bring this into your curriculum areas, and how can we merge the It's Not OK message?
Have you ever thought of all the violence going on in Auckland? That's just for fun. No, literally thinking of it.
The idea of the claymation came from Mr. Crossrobe. I wanted to do other stuff around family violence, and that was a great and fun experience for me.
Music was something that came up as something that's quite unique about these kids, and figured that would be the right medium to bring on board for this message.
So there were a group of kids from the camp that were really keen to be involved. So the student champions take on a role where they're actually identified as key people. Their faces are kind of put out to the students. They were introduced to assemblies, and they were kind of like go-to students. We know that young people are way more likely to talk to peers and family and friends than they are coming to professionals like me. So we wanted to train students to be that first line of contact.
I've seen the effects of family violence through my cousin's experience and things like that. They had no outlet. They didn't have people who said that, hey, I'm here to help you. So by being a champion, I was able to help.
Being a champion isn't just about wearing a T-shirt or having a title. It's about making a change to someone else. It's about guiding them through their struggles.
At camp, the kids came up with the idea of let's have a whole day that was around the It's Not OK campaign. We wanted to get a lot of the students involved in different activities throughout the day.
The It's Not Okay Day was awesome. It was a great turnout. So there was one station in the auditorium where we spoke to the students, and then we had another station where it was musical, so the students would sit there while our music students would sing songs. And then another station was games. All of them in some way influenced Family Violence Is Not Okay. It was a good day.
The major event that we ran was the It's Not Okay Day, but we didn't want it to be just one event. So there were a number of activities and events throughout the year. We just wanted to make a stand here in Mangere with our fantastic school students in our community, and that's what we're doing.
What I believe has made this campaign so successful has come from the commitment from the school. We've got students now seeking help around family violence because they know that the school will back them. I would love to see every school in this country become an It's Not Okay school.
I really encourage other schools to get involved. We know that family violence is a huge problem throughout all of New Zealand and in our communities. So there's heaps of opportunity for schools to make it their own.
All I know is that I get the privilege as principal of sitting back and just seeing the results of all the hard work that is done with those student champions, their ability to stand up, be counted and be stunning young people.
It was great for me to be involved. It was like an eye-opener to life and how I should get more involved in making a change around not just New Zealand, not just Mangere, but the world.
Yeah!